Digital Diagnostics Summit by Lumea. I arrived and I already got this beautiful bag. The Lumea people are greeting and welcoming everyone. Let's check what's in this bag. I want to show you because it's pretty fancy. Okay, so a very nice backpack, and let's see what they gave us as the gift. Lumea bottle, nice. A book, Impossible, Desire, Dream, Do by Jeff Griffin, forward by Raymond Aron, New York Times bestselling author. Super curious about this one. And we also have some things from the sponsors. Aw, a golf ball. I think my kids will love it. 3 golf balls. Chapstick by Myriad Genetics, thank you. We have a pen from Artera, and I'm going to be visiting them at their booths. And we have information and the information about the Digital Diagnostics Summit. I'm most happy about this bag. It's beautiful. I'm going to be using all the time. Okay, agenda. I need to figure out when I'm doing live streams. Tomorrow live stream is going to be at 6 p.m. We are in Park City, Utah, and the day after tomorrow we're gonna do it during the first break, but the break is short. Let me think. After the reception, oh my goodness, I must show you what I'm gonna be riding here to this hotel. This is St. Regis. You will see. Can you see it? Like, it's coming. It's coming. It's the funicular. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you tomorrow when it's light, but it's gonna come here. It's gonna open and I'm gonna go in there. I must show it to you. Here it's coming. Is this beautiful or what? There's a person inside. This is the funicular. It's like a cable car, but for the hotel. So we're after the welcome reception, and it was great. Today, super low-key. There were some panels, but mainly just hanging out and talking to people. A lot of digital pathology trailblazers. There are a lot of people who are you will know from the digital pathology world. Several guests from the podcast were there as well. We're going to be recording a podcast with Giovanni Lujan again tomorrow, and I invited a few guests to record some podcasts. So I'm going to show you, you don't see anything because it's night. I'm going to show you the funicular tomorrow. So actually I'm here in the funicular with Lumea locals. Come on guys. Here is, can we see each other?
Yeah, Kyron from Lumea.
And what do you do? What's your position in Lumea?
So I do a lot of operational stuff and client success. So a little bit of everything.
Okay. How about you?
Hi, I'm Andy. I'm Chief Technology Officer. So I'm lead and manage our all of our tech teams. So web development, AI, and even some client success stuff that happens to be on my team too. So we have a little bit of overlap. Everyone wears a lot of hats at Lumea.
Amazing. So Lumea is the organizer of the summit, and like the vibe is very high quality guests, high quality gifts, high quality location, and
High quality locals.
How high quality Lumea locals. We're gonna see each other tomorrow as well. Getting ready for the first day of Digital Diagnostics Summit. So today it's gonna be digital diagnostics, not only digital pathology. It's gonna be AI with language, so like large language models. And there is gonna be also a super cool, super cool part later in the day. We're gonna go to an excursion, and there were different excursions to pick from. So horse riding, I don't know, I only was considering horse riding and ATVs, and we picked ATVs, and I will go with my whole family. and with the conference attendance, so that's gonna be super cool. Actually, before leaving, let me get some coffee. So most of the participants are in St. Regis Hotel, the one you have to go with the funicular. This is where the summit is happening. I'm in a different one. It's called, well, this is all this is Deer Valley Resort. They have, of course, a ski resort map, right? Because there's a ski resort. We're in Utah. But the place where I'm staying is called the Silver Baron Lodge. And it's beautiful. It's getting lighter. It was dark when I woke up. Let me post who I met yesterday at the reception dinner to LinkedIn, and I'm gonna show you the way to the conference. Oh my goodness, it took me longer to post this post, and it's already light. Look guys, now I have to hurry to be there on time, but I have to post. So scroll and see who I met yesterday. I'm gonna do the part 2 today. Yesterday was the welcome reception and just like registration, and then the welcome reception. It was so cool to have conversations. So this is not a conference for beginners. This is for people who are already doing digital pathology, mostly in the US, but also in Europe. So who did I meet yesterday? I met Amanda from Visiopharm, Pahini from Panacea, Nick Best and Pathology News, people, Stacy, who is a regulatory and like compliance expert, and I'm going to be posting all the pictures with people who I meet. But what do I want to say? I want to say that you might have seen those people online, you might have seen the marketing materials from those companies, but I was like not surprised because I knew it, but I was so like, I had this positive feeling how much expertise those people have. It's not that they developed a company and they're just selling a product. They like, with this product, they really want to push digital pathology forward. And the cool thing, or funny, not like cool thing, is that like this is the goal of everyone, regardless, like this company has this algorithm, that company has another algorithm, whatever, right? If digital pathology as technology is not that it's easy to implement in places, like none of those players can benefit from the groundbreaking things that they are developing, right? Be it like Visiopharm that has been forever on the market, or some newer companies like Artera. I don't know how long they have been on the market, but I only recently started learning what they're doing. And anyway, but you have players, and in many of those companies, you have people who came from other medical sectors like radiology, orthopedics, and when they enter the pathology field, they're like, oh my goodness, this is so slow. Oh my goodness, the regulators are tough. This group is tough. So basically the atmosphere is that we're discussing what are the barriers to digital pathology being the main technology for pathology? How can we overcome them so that each of those players can succeed? So I'm going to be showing snippets from today, and I can't wait for the ATV excursion. Many of the people I met yesterday I already knew from social media, but it was the first time that we would meet in person. I think there is more, like without being too full of myself or something, there's more people that know of me and have seen my face than of the digital pathology trailblazers because of the social media presence. So they kind of know who I am. but several of them we interact on, mostly on LinkedIn, and it was great to see them. And it always surprises me. I mean, I should be used to it because it happens at every conference that you meet somebody who you never met in person, but you either had Zoom calls or interactions through messages or whatever, and you know them, like even though you didn't see them. So this that kind of makes me think, okay, this fear of like, oh, there is no interaction, interpersonal interaction in the digital era, and digital pathology is gonna take away the conversations between pathologists and experts. I don't believe that. Sooner or later you're gonna meet with the people you interact online in this niche at the conference, and then you already will have a relationship. So I'm always positively surprised by that, oh, we never met, but actually we know each other. So that's cool. And we're high up. It's like in the Alps. I don't know how many feet, like 7,000 feet, which would be 8,000 feet, like maybe 4,000 meters. Maybe not if I would climb a peak, but I feel that it has less oxygen. And I want to show you this funicular from far away when it's light. So when I was working as a vet, I thought I'm going to be a horse veterinarian. They would always organize those conferences that with an excursion, like safari and equine orthopedics or things like that. Oh, here it is. Let me show you. So here's the Hotel St. Regis between these, behind those trees. There, and there's the funicular. It's coming down. Ooh, let me go and get this one. Let's see if I can. So in my veterinary times, there are these like safari with orthopedics or whatever, these like destination conferences. And when I joined the pathology force, I didn't see that. I was like always, oh, when I grow up, when I have some more money, I'm gonna, oh no, I lost it. Whatever, it's going up right now. That's okay. So when I grow up, this is where I'm gonna be going to, because I love to travel and also I love to learn. So this is the first one that's actually like a little bit destination. It is destination, it's beautiful. And we have these excursions. I'm gonna show you later in the program what these excursions are all about. Okay, it's ready to come down. It looks like it's gonna fall. Look, guys. So cool. Oh, it's empty. Oh, for me. Yesterday I had a company of people who were like coming back from some excursion, and they were very loud because they were drunk, and drunk people are loud. Start, I guess. Okay, it's going. We're going. Today I'm going to be chairing a session, so I need to review my notes for that. And there are going to be oh, look. It's closing. The door is closing. Start, commander, start. Oh, somebody just messed up. So today I'm going to be chairing this session, and there are different cool lectures that some I will attend, some I will not attend. There's going to be a live stream. I wish I could attend all of them, but they will be recording. So I assume there is going to be access to those recordings. Just like as virtual access, so they have it virtual access live, but I'll ask if they have virtual access after the fact, so that you guys can also buy those lectures. That would be cool. Look, this is the beautiful look behind. This is a conference. This is Pathology conference. If you want to go to this cool conference, you should get involved in digital pathology or digital diagnostics. Highly recommend. And after the ATVs, there's going to be a live stream. Let's see how that goes. It's going to be totally like from the field, not from my offices or anything. So we'll see. Oh, our car is going down. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
You're on video.
Oh,
This
sure,
is
I was
Bianca.
just gonna give you a compliment, but I'll give you there too.
You can
Your
give it to me
social
anyway.
This morning, loved it, so on point. I just.
Thank you so much. Yep, the team is here. Bahini, how are you? You're in my you're in my vlog.
Yes,
And you're
I am excited
on
to be on your
LinkedIn
vlog.
already. I posted everyone who I met yesterday.
That was the early 1800s, which is interesting. And then they started again mining in 1970s.
You're gonna be
so
in my vlog.
that's how it originated. And please welcome Jeff Griffin.
That's the elephant in the room, and the answer is absolutely yes. I may be 4'7", I may have gone from 6'1" to
I'm gonna be
4'7",
crying
and I may be
probably
physically
because
paralyzed. But I have
this
noticed
is-
throughout my life that most of
this
us,
is
if not all of
heavy.
us, are paralyzed from the demons of doubt, fear, and complacency. And some people think that being
Bit
this
heavy
good looking
because
is
this
such
is
a problem.
this is deep.
But I've learned that we all have problems. We all have challenges.
Can we listen to these like motivational speeches? So we're at the booth of Modella.ai, and Modella has the Path Chat. You might have seen this. It's the Path Chat. It's the Chat GPT for pathology.
I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. And so we're.
Soon to be pathology.
I'm going to be a pathologist expert here. I'm so excited.
So this is a resection from the tongue. So what you can do is this is a whole slide image. You can kind of pan, zoom around, and you can kind of basically take screenshots of interesting morphologies that you want to know more about. And with Path Chat, so here, I'll just take this screenshot here, and then maybe like this other screenshot here, and then you can ask Path Chat. Oh, can you hold this for a moment?
Sure. So he's telling it that these images are from the same case. Describe each image. What do you see?
Is that the membrane?
This is the squamous epithelium.
Squamous epithelium.
Okay.
Okay, so here, this image shows a section of stratified squamous non-characterized epithelium, characterized by multiple layers of cell, etc.
You can take a screenshot and then ask PathChat to describe what it sees. It's trained with both medical images paired with medical text describing that specific area. And so you can also provide clinical context, like, this is a 53-year-old female, and it can use that information to contemplate the response. And so ultimately, it could also help generate the anatomical pathology report that's describing where it's defending the disease diagnosis.
Okay, so I'm here with Jill Stefanelli. She's the CEO and president
That's right.
of Modella AI, and here we are at the Modella booth. And we just saw a demo of Path Chat. Jill, I want to know, what's this Path Chat based on? What's powering Path Chat?
So PathChat is based on a couple of underlying foundation models. One is Uni, which is a vision-only encoder. The other is Conch, which is vision matched with medical caption text. So PathChat's basically able to be prompted, describe what you're seeing. It can use Uni to really encode and featurize, and then it uses the Conch to generate the medical text associated with what it's seeing.
So it's basically ChatGPT for pathology. Who's using it currently?
We have not launched it officially, but we have quite
It was all over LinkedIn.
We do have quite a few beta users that are using it, where we're just trying to make sure that it's as accurate as it has been in our hands. And so things are going really well with that. So we're really optimistic, hopefully before the end of this year, but if not, by the beginning of next year.
I'm looking forward to the launch, and thank you so much for letting me know about all this.
Yes, thank you, Alex.
Did you read it?
Alex, I have read it.
Fantastic.
And I have to tell you something too.
Tell me.
Every time I've had the pleasure of bringing on new support to our company, the first thing I ask them to do is to download your book and read it. It's a wonderful, wonderful resource.
Thank you so much. It's an honor actually that you do this, and I'm gonna take Modella pen and sign this one for you.
Ooh, yay!
Because this is going like a hardcover copy.
I
is going
love
to the
it.
Modella team. So this is for the Modella team.
Thank you so much.
I'm here with Chelsea. I'm here with Orly Ordon. Chelsea from Lumea. Chelsea, you saw this book on the table.
Yeah.
Orly, did you read the book?
Yes, I read the PDF version when you first published it. This
Thank you
is
so
exciting. I
much.
didn't even know you had paper copies.
What did you think about it, like compared to other digital pathology or pathology books?
I love it. I'm excited. I just kind of flipped through it, and just knowing everything we're doing in digital pathology, I thought the content was something that even I could benefit from.
I am very pleased to be introduced to your podcast by a colleague of mine. Started listening to the podcast. It was a great learning experience, and being very passionate about digital pathology, I get to learn about your book and read a little bit more, and happy to meet you at the conference.
It was very hands-on, so it was lots of good advice, lots of things that you should be doing, and it's great. It's great not just for pathologists, but also for laboratorians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is beautiful. I'm actually really interested in bringing it back to the team so that they can see this, all the things that we're talking about, and it would be great to have a copy.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm giving it to you right now, and I'm gonna sign it for you.
Love that.
To keep.
So this is great. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
listening.
Alex. So good to see you. Wonderful. You are a great inspiration for all of us.
Thank you for being a digital pathology trailblazer. I'm here with Bianca Collins, the VP of Marketing at Lumea at the Digital Diagnostics Summit. And Bianca, why is this Digital Diagnostics Summit different than other summits or conferences?
Well, aside from being, we call it the Digital Pathology Retreat, we actually do get work done here, but we have a very intentional audience, not just sponsors and speakers, but our audience and attendees. It's very deliberate, and it's those that are the movers and the shakers and the innovators in action in this industry. We move way beyond theory, and it's the practical applications. So we have those who are the industry leaders, who are active, the clinical leaders in sign-outs, as well as just industry, and those on the other end that haven't adopted yet that are here to learn. So that was a really long-winded answer, but
I can confirm that, like the level of expertise, this is for people, the people who are sharing their expertise are not beginners. There are not so many beginners here. There are people who want to learn from mistakes of those who already blazed the trail.
there it is, lessons from
lessons from the trail, which was the session I was chairing, and I can attest to that by the conversation I had yesterday in the reception dinner. That like the level of expertise here is amazing. So why should they come next year, or why should they actually? There is an option to get access to the virtual meeting and the recordings. Why should they care? Why should people care?
I would say, get the content. The content's wonderful. However, you want to be here. You can't see it, but it's picturesque. Wasatch Mountains. We're up at the very top of a ski resort in Deer Valley, mingling, networking with all of those industry professionals. And they're about to go on excursions. ATV,
yes, we're going to go on ATV
riding, fly fishing. So not only do you get to listen to this incredible content, you get to be side by side by these professionals. So
it's definitely a pathology, like a very high-level pathology retreat, which I love.
Amen.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, thank you.
Okay, time to change, and then we're gonna do the ATV excursion. That's gonna be fun. We're gonna have an 84-person ATV for my whole family, and I'm excited. I think my husband will drive. I'll let him drive, or I don't know if there's gonna be a driver. So first half of day one is over. Takeaways, a very powerful motivational speech. You saw me cry about that stuff that people say it's impossible. It actually is possible. That impossible, this word impossible, is to dare you to make things possible. And then our moderator, James Thackeray from Lumea, if I don't have his name correctly, we're gonna cut out that part. So James Thackeray, when he was like transitioning from the motivational speech part to our more pathology-centric part, he said, "Oh, it's going to be difficult to like stay in this very deep mood when we start getting into the technical." And the next speaker was Dr. Joseph, and she was amazing. So what she did, she created a pathology clinic where patients can ask the pathologist about their cancer. Basically, look with the pathologist on a multi-headed scope, and now look on digital. And she's basically advocating for the patient as the pathologist who sees patients, which is not the default. Pathologists do not always see patients, but she said something super important, and I posted this on LinkedIn. She was like depicting the workflow that she had to set up this pathology clinic, and the last step in this workflow was do a follow-up survey. I was thinking, yeah, okay, whatever, follow-up survey. But the caveat is the patient's voice is the one that is heard the most by the management, by the CEOs, in the C-suite. So basically, she was not sure if this is going to work out, or like if people will come, if patients will find value in it, and it totally took off, and she basically leads like a pathology clinic, like a clinic for any other specialty. And this stuck with me, like, do the freaking follow-up survey, because the patient's voice is the one that's heard the loudest. So let's keep that in mind in our digital pathology endeavors. For day 2 of the Digital Diagnostics Summit. I left the program yesterday, and then when I did the live stream today, I I didn't refer to people with like their full titles and everything, and I didn't like. So today there's gonna be a live stream as well, and I have everything, all my references with me. But first, coffee time. Coffee time. Yesterday in the evening, so after the ATVs, that was an adventure. I was soaked. My husband drove us through a huge puddle of water, and this water came all like through the window. Well, there's no windshield in those ATVs, so obviously it like fell all on my pants, and then I ran to the live stream. I couldn't change my clothes, but it was okay. I just put this jacket. This was a clean jacket that I had, like took off the dusty clothes, and finished the day strong. But it was funny. Everybody went to shower, and they were so fancy for that. At the end of the day, after dinner, there was this fireside chat where it was kind of like an fireside chat, but in a big room where we first ate. It was very nice. It was led by Jonathan Tunstall. He is from Pathology News, my partner in crime, so to say, promoting information about digital pathology. And his panelists were, and this is why I need the program to properly say everybody's name. So it was Wesley Bernhardt, Jonathan Anderson, both of them are lab directors of like huge lab, and then Orly Ardon and Jill Stefanelli. Jill is from Modella AI, and yesterday I don't have the earrings anymore, but yesterday we analyzed my earrings with the software that they have, PathChat. And Orly is from Memorial Sloan Kettering, and they were talking about the future of digital pathology. And it's like in digital pathology, because some are starting, some are already kind of advanced, but it's not yet massive adoption. So the future and the present intertwine very much. Because some people did not start yet, some are in the process, some have already implemented digitization, so are scanning slides and maybe working with digital slides, but are now implementing AI or like all the aspects of computational pathology. So it was a mixed, there wasn't really one theme that, oh, this is the future, but more like how can we move forward faster so that just more people uses it, we benefit, and there's a clear ROI. I commented that the fact that it's so difficult to get an immediate ROI on digital pathology is that it is basically digitizing the analog, and I touched on this topic when I interview radiologists, because they are ahead of the digitization process, a lot more advanced than pathology. Also, my comment was that we are still digitizing analog, so as long as we're digitizing analog, we're going to be struggling to convince people who are working just fine on analog. But it was just one of several comments. Another one was that for the new generation of pathologists, digital is not going to be an option. A friend mentioned that in a place where she worked, out of 45 pathologists, 15 left like around the same time, and this place was not digital, and several of them went to a place that made digital available. So anyway, let's see what's going to happen today. Let's go. It's raining a little bit. Okay, we're gonna walk fast. So I remember when I was still in Munich not doing anything, working for the first time. And there was this girl, there were meetups to go to the mountains, and I signed up for some of them to hike the Alps. And there was one girl who had this video camera and was vlogging, and I was asking her, that was 2016, 17, and I was asking her, like, what are you doing? What is this vlogging? So what? Are you gonna post it on YouTube? And here I am, digital pathology vlogging for you. I hope you're enjoying. If you're enjoying, be sure to subscribe and stay informed about all things digital pathology. And now let's go fast, because it's raining. another thing that I discovered, which is not really a rocket science discovery, is that it's difficult to travel when you have a business. So not only referring to my business and like work that needs to be finished, but other people's, not only pathologists who like sign out cases, but just all the entrepreneurs, startup CEOs, companies that like take meetings at 5 a.m. from Great Britain and things like that. So I guess it's just how the times are, that now everything is available digitally, so you basically feel obligated to keep working, and like there is no separation. So I definitely noticed that. Another thing that was eye-opening to me, Dr. Giovanni Lujan from Ohio State, whom you know from the podcast, and hopefully I'll get him on the podcast today. So during the fireside chat yesterday, he asked all the pathologists to raise their hand, and it was a fraction of the room. It was not many people, not even 1/4. And he wanted to point out that, hey, this is like a pathology conference, but you don't have enough pathologists, which he was right, that there wasn't too many pathologists. But also, Dr. Kwame, she keeps pointing this out, that the pathologists who would want to do that, who would want to drive that, like the young ones, they don't really have too much say in what's going to happen in the company. So like how shall we do it? Like what's the path to do it? My answer to this is like you educate yourself and you do what you can with it. Like you teach with it, you use static images, you know, through social media, whatever. But this is my way of doing it. That's like how I figured it out. But I very much believe that if you get interested and if you start learning and like show your interest, not to anybody outside, but basically like genuinely get interested in something, then the opportunities come to you. You start noticing them, and you're the first logical candidate to be made responsible for something that you already developed expertise in on your own. This like noticing opportunities and opportunities coming to you and all that stuff, that has to do, I think, with the reticular activation system in the brain. So do you know, like when you learn a language, you learn a new word and you're like, oh my goodness, this word is so fantastic, and then you hear it all the time, and before you didn't know it existed. Or like you buy a car, like I have a Toyota 4Runner. I bought it and suddenly I see all the Toyota 4Runners out there, even though I had no idea about this car ahead of time. So that's the same with anything. You start doing something, start getting interested, and she's already going to conferences, like really showing action towards this interest. So anyway, I say get educated.